Yo, what's up, everyone? DFS Huddle. Kyle provides DFS Bachelor. Eric Toft at etop21, and it's already week 5. It feels like I just like week 4, like just like all the pain. You thought for a little bit you're going through stress, thinking it's all over in the guillotine, but you ended up finishing right behind me. You ended up finishing right behind me. I knew you were fine. I knew you were fine. You have plenty of time. Did you happen to see, by the way, through the first 4 weeks, who the top scorer in the through the first 4 weeks happens to be so far? We're kicking in there. We're kicking in there, but it's already on to week 5. It's Tuesday night, so it's not some players we just don't know for sure. Obviously, there's injuries coming into this. 49ers and the Rams, my Niners. Both these defenses have been pretty solid. These coaches have faced each other a lot. Typically, Shanahan kind of has McVay's number, but especially with the way the injury report's looking right here, it would be an uphill. The 49ers are very much so a fraudulent 3-1 team, as much as it pains me to say that. Right, Eric? Very much so.
And no Bosa. We don't know who's going out the quarterback position, what's going on with Pearsall, no Kittle.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is going on.
Let's jump in to the position by position and just start at quarterbacks, because there's something going on here that's kind of interesting. The two sites are very, very different. FanDuel and DraftKings. We talked about a half-point PPR for FanDuel. Salary cap 60,000 on FanDuel as opposed to DraftKings. So a lot of things are different. But especially this week. Now, right now, we don't know. Brock Purdy has not practiced. It's not looking good for him to play. That's what I will say. Now, he very well could. We don't know. As of Tuesday night when we're recording this, we don't know. So keep an eye on this. But if Brock Purdy doesn't play, these contests, on the sites come out pretty early, like before those afternoon games are over. Mm-hmm. So on FanDuel, Mac Jones is $1,000. Right? On DraftKings, he's $9,200, priced like he could maybe start. So, that's just where you have to decide if you want to play him or not. But, and I'm sure people will pick up on this. I mean, you have to it'll be the chalkiest captain play of all time, but there is no pivot off of it because of the salary. If Mac Jones is the starting quarterback on FanDuel, you have to play him at captain, and then you can play anyone else. Every lineup should be that. And then it should be some variation, because unless Puka Nacua in the captain outscores him by just a massive margin, or you make it up in the margins, like Mac Jones is only going to be 1,000 on FanDuel. On DraftKings at 9,200, not all that interested, but I don't necessarily hate the matchup for the Rams receivers, and I think Adams will be the cheaper. We'll get to the receivers, but I think Stafford is the play in terms of the quarterbacks. Now, again, FanDuel, Mac Jones, if he starts, that's where you go. But on DraftKings, it's not that much. It's 10-4 and 9-2. You still want to have exposure to both. I get it. I'm looking at the secondary matchups here, but what do you think your quarterbacks?
I mean, obviously on FanDuel, if Jones plays, you got to use him. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Stafford, do they sit on the ball if they get up big, though? That's the only thing. Like, with how many injuries there are to the 49ers, if they get up, let's say they're up 17-0, 24-3 in the third, do we see them just start sitting on the ball? You know what I mean? Like,
maybe
McVay is not.
I don't know.
McVay tends to kind of sit on it a little bit when he gets up. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's how probably because the NFL was so penalty, 3-yard gain, penalty, 2-yard gain. I mean, that's the whole league now. So I suppose, yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean, these two guys know each other, division rivals. It wouldn't shock me because Shanahan has had McVay's number for the most part in these matchups. I don't have the exact head-to-head in front of me, but for a while it was a good stomping by Shanahan, especially in the primetime games.
I mean,
But I would say that they're going to try to score points. But, I mean, obviously game flow and injuries, there's so many things that dictate that. I'm just hoping to get through a game where there's not 30 penalties, and I don't see Bill Vinovich more than I see Matthew Stafford or Christian McCaffrey. I'd like to see them more than the officials for a fucking change. That would be great.
Last night there's a ton of penalties last night.
I mean, it's every game you watch. It's become almost unwatchable. And
I mean, look,
they have points of emphasis. They're like, we're making a point of emphasis on the center moving the ball. The only point of emphasis you should be making is calling less penalties, making the game better. You should be emphasizing not calling penalties on players that are away from the play. If it's on offense, especially, if you should not be calling holding on a guy 4 yards away from where the run is happening. You should not be calling offense. Now, defensive, you should be doing things to move the ball forward. An illegal man down the field should never be happening. You should allow that to happen with these menace linemen getting accidentally 6 inches further up down the field, and they call a fucking play back, because I'd rather them be able to run wherever they want, set up the screen, see a nice play, move the ball up the field, rather than a fucking 5-yard penalty and a punt, which is all it turns into. It's a beating. The NFL is a beating to watch. I don't know how that's sustainable. I really don't.
I'm looking at it right now. The 49ers going into last week allowed 14.1 DraftKings points to opposing quarterbacks, and
they're top 5 right now. They've allowed the 5th fewest fantasy points in the league in terms of DraftKings scoring. 49ers the 9th fewest. So it's a tough matchup. Secondary, I mean, you can look at the secondary. So you have Durant, who's pretty good, and then this Emmanuel Forbes has been good. And in the slot, Quentin Lake allowing just 1/10 of a fantasy point per route ran against. I believe that's the lowest on the board, tied for the lowest with Dante Jackson. Oh no, Jordan Lewis in the slot for Jacksonville. Wow, what a performance by him. But that's going into week 4, so that's not including week 4. I haven't updated that yet. But yeah, I mean, again, Mac Jones, just say it one more time. Mac Jones on FanDuel, if he's the starter, obviously, it's just such a salary. He's 1,000 on DraftKings. That's up to you at 9-2. I'd say I'll have some exposure to him. I'll probably have more exposure to Matthew Stafford. But if you play the game script where you're worried about the Rams sitting on it, then the Niners are going to have to throw it a lot. So there could be some potential there too. If Purdy plays, I'm not sure how much I love Purdy. I mean, if he's going to be hurt and his toes hurt, he could get knocked out. Like, I may make lineups on FanDuel where I just play Mac Jones anyways if Brock Purdy starts, because all it takes is, someone landed on his foot, a weird fall, and that toe's hurt again, and then the backup comes in. So that could be a strategy to look at if Purdy does play on FanDuel. If you're looking to have a tournament flyer, spend $1,000 on Mac Jones and play the script that Purdy's going to get hurt. Yeah.
I like the idea. I mean, if I had to pick one, obviously Stafford. I'm not the biggest Purdy guy, especially when he's hurt. Mac Jones, I'll be honest, I probably won't have that much any exposure to Mac Jones.
Yeah, on DraftKings.
On DraftKings. Yeah, I'm looking at DraftKings right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get to the running backs now. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey. And even though the offense hasn't been great, he's still been an absolute monster. I mean, double-digit targets the last 3 of the last 4 weeks, 26 targets over the last 2 weeks, something like that, 34 carries. Now, the Rams have so far allowed the fewest fantasy points to opposing running backs. They've been really good. It's a short week. This could be more Brian Robinson-centric on the short week, especially with McCaffrey's calf history. That makes me nervous. Then you got Kyron Williams. The 49ers have allowed the 6th fewest fantasy points.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's important, like when you see some of these 49er defensive stats, look at their schedule. They have not played very good teams.
I mean, they played Seattle, but Seattle's run game, they were still kind of figuring out.
I was week 1 and they looked terrible. Then they played the New Orleans Saints and got a win. Then we got the Cardinals with James Conner getting hurt.
Yeah.
And then the best offense we played so far, Jacksonville, we lost and gave up 26 points. Travis Etienne looked fantastic. I like Kyron Williams quite a bit. That defensive line's banged up. He's my top running back in this one. I'll have more exposure to Kyron Williams than McCaffrey. It's because I do think they have to. I know there's all these injuries, and I'm going to have McCaffrey captain spots, I'm sure. But
I guess
I think that's the way to go. And then the value guys, Robinson and Blake Corum. Those are the two guys, right? Blake Corum, he's been getting 25% a short week. I think Blake Corum and then Brian Robinson Jr. What do you think at running back?
I obviously agree with you. Kyron Williams, the top guy on my slate, always is going to get at min 70% of the snaps. Love playing it with Break Corum. I think we're going to see him cut in, especially in a short week, especially if they get up. No Bosa, that defensive line of the 49ers is extremely banged up. So I would actually consider playing both of those two. In terms of the 49ers, I think it's your mindset in 50-50s. If you're playing 50-50s, you have to use McCaffrey just because, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Going into last week, he was third in red zone carries and
His touches are insane. Like you have to. You just
third,
have
third
to.
in
You
red
have to
zone
just play him in every lineup.
and
I
third in
would.
red zone. I mean,
Yeah, I might fade him in terms of like captain spot because he's so expensive and try to get creative there. But I mean, you're right. Look at the touches. Look at the snap count too. 82% of the offensive snaps, a 49% touch rate, 41% for Kyron Williams. But I mean, my goodness, the upside and just the floor. You're absolutely right on the
but I
count.
mean, the thing is like, I think it goes back. I mean, when we look at his game log, he's not producing in the running game though. It's all catches. So I think he offers more value in the on the DraftKings slate
I
than
mean,
the
yeah, absolutely. But he still has 17 carries, and whether it's full PPR or half PPR, 26 targets in 2 weeks is 26 targets in 2 weeks. It's absolutely fucking awesome, and it doesn't matter whether you just have to. But yeah, I agree. I mean,
more
the higher upside on DraftKings for sure.
He's got more receiving yards than he does rushing this year.
That makes sense. Ben Barch has been hurt up front. The Niners have had some issues up front with injuries. And the injuries at wide receiver, it's really difficult when the offense isn't afraid of your outside receivers because you don't have any healthy.
Yeah.
It's difficult to run the ball. One more guy, Kyle Juszczyk. I'm just going to say it. Juszczyk. He's 2,000 on DraftKings. I think he's 2,200 or something on FanDuel, something like that. No Kittle. Pearsall didn't practice. Juwan Jennings has been banged up every week. Kyle Juszczyk in the red zone. I could see, 2 catches, 13 yards. He gets a big first down and then catches a touchdown. I could see something like that for Kyle Juszczyk. Wide receiver, there is only one. I mean, look, I know the Niners have been good against opposing wide receivers, third fewest fantasy points. We talked about some of that. We saw Brian Thomas Jr. look good against the 49ers. We saw that last week. Puka Nacua, 30 targets the last 2 weeks? Every ball goes his way. It's always big plays down the field. Puka Nacua the only way you don't play him in a lineup is if you're just worried he gets hurt or something. But Puka Nacua is going to have a massive game if he stays healthy. Him and Devontae Adams, I love them both. I love the Rams passing game. And it's fine to include Kyron Williams in that. And we just don't, for 49ers, if Pearsall and Jennings miss, and even if they do play, they're going to be banged up. Guys like Kendrick Bourne, 10 targets since he's came over. I like Kendrick Bourne, 4.6 and 6K. Demarcus Robinson just played. Guys like that for me stand out. And for the Rams, there's only one guy. If you want to get cute at wide receiver, we saw the big play last week. Tutu Atwell gets involved in special teams too. What do you think here at wide receiver?
I love Devontae Adams, especially in the captain spot. When I'm looking at it right now, entering last week, he had the most red zone targets in the league. So obviously he's the guy that they're targeting down there. Love him. I completely agree 100% with the Bourne take. I wouldn't surprise me if Pearsall doesn't play.
Yeah, I don't know if he is.
And Juwan Jennings, like you said, is this a contract thing with him? You know what I mean?
No, he's just been banged up bad, and neither one of them did practice. The estimated practice Monday or the walkthrough today. No Purdy, no Pearsall, no Juwan Jennings in that walkthrough. So big time injury issues for the 49ers on offense. So it's going to be Kendrick Bourne, Demarcus Robinson. If both those guys are out, I swear to God, you might even see some Sky Moore get involved. Maybe Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
And here's the thing.
That's where we're at.
Puka is 1, 2, 3, 4. He is 5th in red zone targets for the Rams.
That's because he's catching touchdowns from outside the red zone all the time.
Yeah, that's
true.
You know
what I mean? Or getting them down to the one. Like Puka is a target machine. They try to go to him all the time. They'll run it to him. He's the man. I love Puka Nacua.
He's doing great. I think you mentioned Tutu. I think he's a great play down option. I think Kendrick Bourne, 4,600 on DraftKings. He's going to be included in my lineups as well.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm just marking some players here, so we'll make a little lineup for everyone at the end. That lineup we made for it cashed the other day. I can't remember which slate it was. I'm tired. My brain is toast. I'm going to leave those two out of the player pool for right now.
One more guy real quick I forgot to mention. What about Demarcus Robinson? Possible little team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is kind of all the rankings. So the Rams are 19th against opposing wide receivers. So they've sewn a prick, and it could be more. Adonai Mitchell just dropped the ball at the goal line. That was another receiving touchdown right there. Absolutely. The 49ers passing game is live here with the receivers, and that's where the value is going to be. Keep an eye on the injury report. This is Tuesday night. We don't know, but as of now, they haven't practiced. But if one or both is out, it's a bigger boom to Kendrick Bourne, who I like anyways. But Demarcus Robinson, 3-6. Kendrick Bourne, 4-6. There's value there with those 49ers wide receivers. All right, what do you like at tight end this week? We got our boy Jake Tonjes. The one notable Rams injury did not practice either day is Tyler Higbee. We could see a little bump to Colby Parkinson at 600 on DraftKings. Tyler Higbee, if he doesn't play, it's Davis Allen and Colby Parkinson, who's already playing 27% of the snaps. Jake Tonjes for the 49ers. We know that. Luke Farrell's the backup, but I'm looking at Colby Parkinson at 600 going, I might. What do you think?
For me, the big thing is if Higbee doesn't play, I'm pulling it up right now. Davis Allen was getting red zone targets. He scored 8.3 and 7.8 points in the 2 games that Higbee has not played. So
he's 1,200. He's 1,200 DraftKings. Those two. So there's value on those tight ends. Yeah, all the tight ends are valuable.
And Higbee's only 2,800. So I mean, I definitely think Higbee's got some legs in terms of the 49ers. I can't pronounce his name. Tagus or whatever.
Jake Tonjes.
So
yeah,
the other guy. Oh my God, Pharrell.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm looking at it right now. He had 9.5 in week 2 against the Saints. But other than that, he's had 3 the last 2 weeks combined.
He does play 53% of the snaps. Jake Tonjes, 63% of the snaps. Both cheap. So if you're like building way up or you're putting Nakua in the captain and you need salary savers to fill in and you want guys who are going to be on the field, there you go.
Oh, what about the law firm? I totally forgot he was on your guys. Valquez Stanley.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Yeah, you might see him. We'll see. It depends on the injuries to Pearsall and Jawan Jennings. The kickers, we got my boy Easy Eddie Pinero. I don't know if you've seen Tacoma FD on Netflix, but Eddie Panizzi. But we finally got ourselves a nice, solid, consistent kicker. And if it comes down to it, Eddie Pinero will make the kick. Both these kickers are excellent. The longer leg goes to Joshua Carty, and I could see a lot of field goals. Like, look at Joshua Carty, doubled 17 and 10 in 2 of the last 3 weeks. Eddie Pinero, 19 fantasy points since taking over as the 49ers kicker. If you end up having a backup quarterback, 4th, 5th, and 6th string wide receivers, your 2nd string tight end, you might struggle to put the ball in the end zone. I could see a lot of field goals, and I could see Kyle Shanahan being fine with that, right? When you're trotting out a team, he's sending out the team he'd be sending out for the 2nd preseason game, essentially. I mean, this is what we're fucking talking about here. No Ayuk, no Pearsall, no Jennings. If that's what's happening here, no George Kittle. Holy moly. Yeah, I'm going to have kickers. I'm going to have the kickers. I'm going to have lineups with both kickers. This could be one of those kicker-heavy games. A lot of field goals. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, short week divisional game. I could easily see it. I would like the Rams kicker a little bit more. I don't know if the 49ers are going to be able to move the ball that much. McVay technically really doesn't go for it. He's not one of those guys go for it. He's more
and all the injuries too. All the injuries, the 49ers are going to struggle. But I will say, so far the Rams, for whatever this is worth, I don't know but the Rams have allowed the 5th most fantasy points to opposing kickers. So it means they're stout. Maybe they bend but don't break. That's the story that would maybe tell me on the Rams. But again, we're talking the Niners could be really, really, really depleted. But Kendrick Bourne is absolutely serviceable. If you rock out, you'll be fine with Kendrick Bourne. But and Demarcus Robinson, but we'll just have to wait and see who they get out there. Defenses. This is kind of interesting here. You're going to see a lot of people, as you always do, start out with one of these defenses in the captain spot, probably the Rams if the Niners are shorthanded. And it'd be hard to blame them, right? What do you think here?
If Mac Jones, I mean, I definitely think you need to consider having a lineup with the Rams defense in the captain spot.
I hate it so fucking much. I can't tell you how much I hate that, dude. But yeah.
I mean, just because you don't know what we're going to get from McCaffrey. How much are they going to run out McCaffrey?
You know what I would just pivot to? I would just play the defenses, but just put the kicker of the team whose defense you like better instead. Because it doesn't take much to pass. You know, if the Niners score one touchdown, your defense is going to have to get a ton of sacks or a defensive touchdown to outscore like a 13 from the kicker, right? So if you get like so that might be the way I approach it. But I think I'll have something probably with Rams at captain and hope it doesn't finish first. But you know what I mean?
Hope it doesn't finish first.
Because you'll be tied with a bunch of idiots who shouldn't be doing that. It's so dumb. They just do it to see themselves at first for like 5 minutes at the start of a fucking game.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yep.
That's it. Should we make a lineup real quick? Let's just take a look here and make a lineup. Let's make a lineup here on DraftKings. Let's see what we got. So who do we want to put at captain?
I mean, I personally like Devontae
Adams. I'm just looking how. Well, okay, let's go Devontae Adams at captain. I don't hate that at 14-4. I mean, I wonder if we can just make one with Puka. Let's just see how doable it is. And Christian McCaffrey. I mean, it's not that bad. This lineup here, you have 1,000 still on the table, so we can go up from this. We can get Tonjes right there. So this one has Puka at captain, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum. We can go down from that. Kyle Juszczyk. I'd like to get the kicker in instead of one of these guys, but I don't know. There we go, Joshua Carty. So this has Puka at captain, Kyron Williams, Juszczyk, Kendrick Bourne, Joshua Carty, and Christian McCaffrey.
It's a pretty good lineup, dude.
It's not bad. Now, if you just want to fade the 49ers offense and just put in, Matthew Stafford right there and just kind of have gives you some extra money and go up to, another Ram, which I can't blame you for, like the Rams defense. You could almost get there, or Eddie Panizzi. But that's not bad either. Something like that. Again, we're going to get crazy. If you want to see, I haven't even mentioned it, but the Patreon's where it's at. As we're talking, we just gave out more money in baseball, up like 6 units. I know Eric's got more. Our DFS lineups did nothing but cash all weekend. $15 a month, DFS Huddle on Patreon. Click the link. Go to patreon.com, DFS Huddle. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff from myself and Eric. Good luck on Thursday Night Football. Good luck on all your future wagers.